Hello, I'm Coach Michael Taylor, and welcome to Adversity is Your Greatest Ally. So, is it possible for a person to be too positive? Interesting question, right? Is it possible for a person to be too positive? Well, I'll begin by saying that I happen to be an irrepressible optimist. You see, I don't buy into all the negative media stereotypes and stories about the world being such a bad place. I have a completely different perception about the world in general and about life. And I have some friends who accuse me of being in denial, and they say that I'm actually too positive. So I want to ask you that question. Is that really possible? Can a person be too positive? Well, I believe the answer is no. Because I honestly believe that as a human being, we have the capacity to be, to do, to have anything our heart desires. I believe that we have access to a divine intelligence, which I choose to call the source. And it is in this connection with the source that allows us to create whatever our heart desires. And so I had a conversation with some friends about my optimism. And as mentioned, they said that, and they argued that I'm in denial because I'm too happy all the time. As a matter of fact, some of my friends have given me a nickname, and they call me Michael Happy Ass Taylor, which I actually like it because that's how I feel most of the time. But I wanted to address it head on in terms of why I'm so optimistic. And there's a couple of reasons why I am. First of all, I'm optimistic because I've overcome some amazing adversities in my own life. If you've watched some of my other videos, I've talked about overcoming being born in the inner city projects, being a high school dropout, being homeless for 2 years, living in a car for 2 years, going through a divorce, bankruptcy, foreclosure. So I've overcome some pretty challenging situations in my life. And so now, as I sit back and look at all the obstacles that I've overcome and I look at my life now, how could I ever be depressed? How could I ever have a bad day? You know, my friends asked me one time, do I ever have a bad day? And the truth is, I don't. I don't have bad days. There are days when things don't go the way that I planned, but is that a bad day? No. Things just didn't go the way that I planned. My life right now is pretty darn close to perfect. And how did it get that way? Well, I've spent the last 25 years gaining a deeper understanding of who I am as a human being. I've done a lot of emotional and psychological and spiritual healing. I am married to the absolute perfect person for me. I have a beautiful home. I've got lots of dreams. I've written 5 books. I own my own publishing company. So how can I have a bad day? I can't. I can't have a bad day. And so what I know is that as a human being, we have the capacity to create rewarding and fulfilling lives. And fortunately for me, I trusted my own inner wisdom, went on this amazing journey of transformation, and now I'm at a place in my life at 55 years of age where I'm absolutely happy with my life. And so the reason for my optimism is, number one, all the stuff that I've been through the first half of my life lets me know that I've now laid the foundation for the remainder of my life to be pretty freaking awesome. Pretty freaking awesome. So I can't have a bad day. I refuse to have a bad day. And the fact that I can say this lets me know that I'm not the only person that can accomplish this. If you're watching this video, you can do the same thing. You can get to a point in your life where you're completely happy with your life. The question is, what are you willing to do to get to that place in your life? Because it's not easy. But it's doable. And that's why I've put together this resource for you. To provide you with some insights and some wisdom that can help you get to a place where you're genuinely happy with your life. Because there's no such thing as being too positive. No such thing. If you will commit to your own personal growth and transformation, if you're willing to do your own inner work, everything is available to you. Great relationships, dynamic health, financial abundance, inner peace, rewarding careers. All of these things are available to you. But you've got to be willing to do the work. So if anyone asks you if it's possible for a person to be happy all the time, tell them yeah. And become that person. Become that person who is happy all the time, because it's possible. Because I experience it on a daily basis. I know what's possible because I know what I've overcome. So, yeah, that's the answer to the question. There's no such thing as being too positive. It's a choice. I get to choose whether I'm going to be happy or positive, and that's what I choose. I choose to be happy and positive, and so can you. Think about it.